there, how are you? I'm Susie, and I have been selling small digital products for almost the last decade. Now, one of the hardest things when you get into creating small digital products, especially printables, because they're so much fun to create, you might be wondering, okay, the market's already saturated. What ideas can I come up with? How can I be more original? And what do people actually want? All right, so I put together a list of over 1,000 printable ideas. All right, these can turn into printables or small digital products. You can bundle them together. This is an exhaustive list with categories, and in some places I have different audiences that these printables would work for, that you can just go dive in, print it out, use it, check off the printables that you want to go make, and then do it. All right, so I'm going to walk through some of my favorite ones on the list, and then there's a link below where you can just go get the list for free and start working on your awesome digital business. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so here's the list, but I have it already done for you in a beautiful, colorful printable that you can obviously print out and then use the check boxes for ones that you want to use and go create. Or of course you're like, wow, this is really pretty, but darn, that's going to take all my print and all my ink. That's 18 pages. I can't do that. So of course I have the black and white version for you to make it a little easier to go through the list. All right. So I made the font a little bit bigger on this one, just because I saw it was a little small. So if you guys need it even bigger, let me know. It's just going to be more pages, but you know. All right. So I'm going to go through a couple ones of my favorite. This was just where I was writing them down, so they're unformatted. But I put a little star by my favorite ones and ones that I actually have created for my family and that I use and that have worked for me. So the list sometimes is broken into different subcategories. So you can go in, and this one I put a star with it because children behavior charts. We've been using that lately. Our kids are wonderful. They're awesome, but it's really nice to have that visual management to see how they're doing. Now, when you create your printables and you create your digital product, one massive tip that I have for you is don't just create one. Go into that category and see which ones you can bundle together. Maybe you can do the child behavior chart with a reward chart, with a chore chart, with maybe not the baby feeding because they're a little too small, with some parenting advice printables. So bundle a couple printables together because then you can charge a higher price and then it looks more valuable to your customer. Another one that I really like is foreign language flashcards. I was born and raised in South Africa. I'm teaching my sweet little kids Afrikaans. John can speak Afrikaans pretty well. And the kids are starting to read it. But because it's such a small language, only about 8 million people speak it worldwide, there's not a lot of resources. So if anybody out there can create more resources for Afrikaans for teaching my kids, that would be amazing and so helpful. So if you create foreign language flashcards, especially for lesser known languages, it can work really well. All right, so the next one that I liked, conversation games for couples. That is like number one that we can work on as a relationship, me and my kids. I can't even do that for kids. Me and my husband, always having clear communication is valuable. And speaking a little slower so that I don't stutter over my words. Sorry, guys. All right, so you can go into each category and bundle a couple together and then go through the entire list of over 1,000 printable ideas. You're going to get at least 10 that speak to you. That's like, wow, I never even thought about that idea. I'm going to do that, create this beautiful bundle, list it on my store, use it in my funnel, and create an awesome business. Let's go to the next one. National Park Visit Planners. So we went over a 50-day road trip this last summer and the summer before, and we visited so far, we've seen almost 24 national parks, and they're gorgeous and beautiful, but there was so much that I had to do and plan for, so it would have been great if there was more resources for me to use online. Workout routines, kind of trackers, keeping you on track with that. Woodworking project blueprints. All right, so this is not something that I do. I don't do woodworking, but I have seen people sell project blueprints for woodworking for probably between $30 to $50, depending on how intense the project is. But because it's so unique and so niche, they've made thousands of dollars of one blueprint. All right. It's amazing. You might think that it's too small of a niche, but woodworking is pretty popular. Not for me, but for a lot of other people. Home inspection checklists. So you can go into more creating printables and checklists and digital products for real estate agents or people selling their house. So if there's a way that you can market your product that if you go through this printable pack, you're going to save money when you buy a house, or you're going to make more money when you sell your house. Either one, you can sell it to the homeowners or for real estate agents so they go through their work faster. All right, so just think about your customer and who's going to need that. Another one that's really awesome that I like, positive self-talk worksheets. Not just for myself, but for me and my kids, and for my husband. This is so important because the words that you speak to yourself is what you start believing, and that's how you're going to start acting. Okay, so those are really awesome. I've never seen them before, but if anybody wants to create those, that is awesome. I think I need them. I know I need them. Road trip itineraries. Yes, because I love road trips so much. I just want to get in the car and go. All right, next one, creative writing prompts. My daughter loves writing. She's really awesome. She comes up with all these great stories. I'd love to kind of foster that little talent that she has of creative writing prompts. And as you can see, these are just a couple that I kind of highlighted that stood out, were my favorites as I was creating the list. But there are so many. It's going to take you brew a cup of coffee. It's going to take you an hour to go through the entire list. But after that, you're going to be so inspired and you're going to know exactly what to go create. All right, national park trail maps for specific parks. Natural hair care routines. All right, so I've been on this hair kick that now it's very vain. It's very vain. I use like a bunch of different products. I'm all testing them out and see if they work. But it would be nice to be like, hey, did I use this product today? And how did my hair look? And then kind of like do that A/B testing of all the products. It's fun. So hair care routines, obviously an important thing for a lot of people. Energy efficient home improvement plans. As we have seen our electricity bills go up sky high, this is kind of top of mind for us, and I think for a lot of other people too, if you see your electricity bill doubled or tripled. So, kind of when you see a problem arising in the world and you're like, okay, how can I help with that? How can I help people out when they're struggling with this thing? And it might be something as small as or as big as paying for your electricity bill. Sustainable fashion tips, another great way to save money in the environment. Let's look, there are so many more. Sales funnel conversion trackers. Obviously, if you have a little online business, might be a little over your head right now, but if you're in your business, you want to see how your sales funnel is doing. Am I converting? Where am I losing customers or dropping off? All right, so business printables. Homeschooling curriculum schedules. A couple years ago, we did some homeschooling. It was amazing. I loved every minute of it. But it is very hard to stick to a schedule and to know what to do, especially if it's your first year. So those are very valuable. Again, I'm just randomly going through some of my favorite ones. Kids' daily routines, babysitter information sheets. We've been having babysitters more, and every time I have to rewrite the same stuff for them, I write it on that big, there's a chalkboard behind me. But, it would be good to just kind of have it already printed out and given to them. That'd be helpful. Should have done that. Weekly meal planning sheets, home cleaning schedules, family vacation packing lists, morning and bedtime routine charts. We have a morning and an afternoon after school routine charts on the fridge right now. Stress relief techniques for moms, kind of things that I can go through. If I feel I'm getting super anxious, if I feel I'm getting jittery, what are the steps that I need to go through to kind of calm myself down and relax so that I'm a good mom? All right, fitness trackers, so many. I mean, there is just, it's an insane list. It's going to take us forever to go through it. So you get the gist of it. There's a link below where you'll get the PDF to the black and white list. So it's easy to print out. You'll also get the colorful list if you like colors. But of course, if your printer is not going to love this, then, use a black and white one. Go through it, get an amazing idea for a digital product that you can create, and then start selling it. Like find a simple solution to sell it, to get it out there, and use the tips that I shared in this video to make it convert higher. Number one is find a couple printables that work well together and bundle them together. And number two, make them super helpful. Because if it's something that you're going to use and that you actually print out and put on your fridge, then it's likely that somebody else will too. If you don't even want to print it out, then most likely somebody might not want to. So make it as good as you can. Put it out there. Creating digital products is amazing. You create the product once and you can sell it over and over and over again. All right. Digital products is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, you can take your little sliver of pie out of it. Anyway, I'm Susie. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below if you like this list and if you want more lists and more freebies like this. All right. Thank you guys. See you soon.